what the national capital is seeing since the longest time with regards to this policy. Let's quickly shift our focus and move on. The situation, viewers, is going from bad to worse in Pakistan as homegrown terror is coming back to haunt the Shahbaz Sharif government. On the 30th of January, over 100 people were killed and nearly 225 people were wounded in a mosque that was bombed, making it one of the deadliest terror attacks in the country in recent history. And today, a mosque was desecrated in Karachi, allegedly by a far-right extremist political party, Tehreek-e-Labbaik, the TLP. Now, videos of the desecration show 4 men, as you can see on your screens, covering their face, wearing helmets, climbing onto the minarets of the mosque and escaping thereafter. This is the 5th such attempt of how a mosque of the Ahmadiyya sect has been desecrated in Pakistan in the last 3 months alone.
The recent attack on Ahmadiyya Mosque in Karachi today is yet another example from which the Indian Muslims should learn that they are better off than any other Muslim in any other country. And the people who believe that there is something like pure Islam should also realize that those people who try to sell the idea of pure Islam is basically a jihadi idea where none can live together. India may be the only country when every possible sect of Muslims is living together. They are not fighting against each other, not killing each other. This is the lesson that should bring home the fact that this myth of Ummah remains a myth. It's better to live together with every community possible, and that's the lesson that should be learned. And it's a lesson that the self-destruct Pakistan will have to learn at its own cost.
Remember, Pakistan has on many occasions tried to preach India on human rights and security for the Muslim population in our country. Top leaders of the Pakistan government once told India that Muslims are being deprived of rights to education and claimed Indian society is declining under the Modi government. Today, this country is getting a reality check from within. Remember, Pakistan's defense minister also raised an alarm in the National Assembly following the Peshawar attack and said it's about time that the country wakes up and smells the coffee.
फिर कहूंगा कि नमाजियों के ऊपर मस्जिद के अंदर इबादत के वक्त जो है कत्लेआम जो है ना हिंदुस्तान में होता है ना इजराइल में होता है जो दुश्मन है हमारे, लेकिन पाकिस्तान में होता है जहां पे जितने फिरके हैं उतनी दीनी जमातें हैं और वो सियासत में हिस्सा लेती हैं. हम सियासतदान भी कभी कभी कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि किन्नु किन्नु खुश रखिए. मैं किसी की दिलादारी नहीं करना चाहता, लेकिन ये हकीकतें हैं. इसको जब तक कौम जो है वो फेस नहीं करेगी, ये मरहला एक ऐसा मरहला है कि यहां पे इंट्रोस्पेक्शन की जरूरत है. हमें अपने गिरेबान में झांकना पड़ेगा कि हम कहां पे खड़े हैं. जनाब स्पीकर, सारी कौम को मुत्तहिद होना चाहिए दहशतगर्दी के खिलाफ, फिर दहशतगर्दी का मुकाबला होगा.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
So there you have a confession and admission on part of a Pakistan minister who says perhaps this situation is not as bad even in India as it is in Lahore, because remember the number of lives lost, viewers, in the Peshawar explosion, as many say that there is a clear TTP involvement in that case as well, and we know how TTP has come back to bite Pakistan from behind, and that's the problem that Pakistan continues to face and yet doesn't address well in time. Let's go across to our guest joining us on the broadcast. We have Kamar Chima, political analyst, along with the Karan Verma, who's also staying with us here on the second debate this evening. Kamar Chima, I want to begin by asking you as to why is Pakistan not clear on, what the current state of affairs in the country is? While it's reeling under this kind of a financial pressure, continues to face an unprecedented economic crisis, you have these terror outfits that continue to remain a huge threat in Pakistan, and yet Pakistan continues to harbor terror. Do you not understand that it's about time that you actually wake up and smell the coffee, sir?
Well, in fact, Pakistan is a victim of terrorism. This is the one thing. The second thing is that absence of the political consensus in Pakistan. The political parties are not able to sit on one table. For example, the Prime Minister has offered all parties conference for the 7th February to deal with the menace of terrorism. But the former Prime Minister Imran Khan is not coming on the table to sit with them because he feels that they are the corrupt politicians. So this is one of the curse in Pakistan, that the political class even doesn't trust with each other, and they are involved in blame game. This is the one thing. The second thing is
the political class allowed to make independent decisions, Mr. Chima? And then we can perhaps talk about how they're not being able to arrive at a common conclusion. Are they even given that kind of a free hand?
Let me tell you, I think the political class gets the vote and they are asked to go to the parliament and they speak. Imran Khan and every other politician, nobody asked them to deliver. They are all set to deliver, to govern, to have good governance and to run the country. The onus is them, that how they run the country, that is thing. But as far as this question is concerned, fighting terrorism, Pakistan has sacrificed a lot. We need to do more, but all what we have done is that all the gains we have achieved from 2015 to 2010.
Okay, Pakistan has sacrificed a lot. Pakistan does not subject its own population to religious persecution. I want Major General G.D. Bakshi to come in for a quick comment, sir.
Look, the simple fact is Hillary Clinton had made a very, insightful observation. She has said, you can't feed snakes, in your own backyard, feed them milk and then hope that they will not bite you. The simple fact is that Pakistan has two grades and categories of terrorists. Those that attack India, they are the darlings of the establishment. The establishment spends huge amounts of funds on them and promotes these, protects them, arms them and sends them into India, right? And the second category of terrorists is those, those who are come onto Indian television. They were gloating over the fact that they had conquered Afghanistan via the agency of the Taliban. Today, I'm sure they will rue the day, because any government in Kabul is not going to accept the Durand line. Now, Pakistan actually, I feel in a way sorry for them. They've been hit by a triple whammy.
Okay.
A triple whammy. There was the COVID, then it was followed by the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which sent energy inflation sky high, which sent fertilizer inflation, food inflation. And then to cap it all, they had the floods last year, which have destroyed their crops, which have destroyed
Major General G.D. Bakshi, doesn't seem like they're learning their lessons, right, sir? Because despite all of these warnings, one after the other, these challenges staring them right in their face, nothing seems to be changing for Pakistan, and nothing seems to be changing in their strategical approach towards India as well. They still continue to, at every single opportunity they get, they still continue to talk about how the Muslim community is being mistreated in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's give them a reality check. But before that, I want Dr. Saeed Elahi to come in as well. Sir, is it wrong to say today, with regards to the Ahmadiyya community, for example, in this very case, so many mosques, places of worship, with respect to them, have come under direct attack by Pakistan? What is the establishment doing to protect their rights?
I think, as my friends talking before me, these incidents take place in every country, even in India. What happened with Babri Mosque, what happened with beef eaters, beef suppliers, what happened in Gujarat. So I think these all incidents take place in India as well as in Pakistan. So there's nothing
that were lost in the 2002 riots in Gujarat. You're absolutely wrong.
Let me finish, then you can ask question. Listen, I told you these things are happening in both countries. Even Kulbhushan is not forgotten in chapter. He's still in Pakistan.
Chaliye, Dr. Saeed, at least admit कर रहे हैं कि Pakistan is not greater than India. अभी तक तो आप ये बोल रहे थे कि Pakistan is the only virtuous country and India is really to take in lessons from Pakistan.
Listen, if you give me time, I can speak and then you can reply and you can respond. I am saying that absentia terrorism, both countries were involved in it and still are involved, India and Pakistan. So they have their own ways and means. And as my senior friend was saying about Taliban, I think he has retired from many years. Talibans have many factions now. Afghan Taliban, TTP, which has withdrawn their claim, or even they have detached themselves from this episode, the recent episode. So there are many terrorist groups which are being promoted, supported by foreign countries, in Afghanistan,
but
and also
sir,
in different
your own country
countries.
and your own army continues to support them, and it's high time that you look into that and understand that that's the reality on ground, and that's perhaps why your country is now facing terrorism like never before. Let me remind you, Dr. Said. Now, we all know that Pakistan Taliban is close to Al-Qaeda. It's been blamed for several deadly attacks across Pakistan. Talk about the attack on army headquarters in 2009, assault on military bases, the 2008 bombing of the Marriott Hotel in Islamabad. And despite all of that, we do know the kind of shield that Pakistan directly or indirectly has provided to the TTP. How are you even justifying this, and how are you live in denial? Karan Verma.
No, not just denial, Krismeen. They like to live in a utopic world. They are delusional, which is why Pakistan today is reduced to this. It is imploding from every angle. As G.D. Bakshi Saab said, G.D. Bakshi Saab is very magnanimous. He said, I am feeling sorry for them. I am actually not even feeling sorry for them. ये इनकी करनी है जो आज यहाँ तक पहुँच गए हैं. They are imploding from an angle of terrorism. Nobody is interested in investing in Pakistan. They carried this sob story. They played victim all these years, which is how they got aid. Now the world is not interested in them, whether it is China, whether it is America. Dr. Abdul Salam and Ahmadiyya, who was actually supposed to be their biggest scientist, they did not even respect him. So this is a failed country which does not respect its heroes. They used to say we cannot live with Hindus, that is why we want Pakistan. Now when Hindus are totally subjected to the abuses in Pakistan, why are still explosions happening? Truth is, you cannot live with anyone. You are a failed state which is not capable of living socially and peacefully in this existence. आपका दिमाग तभी सही होगा जब आपके चार हिस्से होंगे. The day is not far when Baluchistan is separated, when Sindhu Desh is separated, then only Pakistan will wake up with this reality, and then also they will say हम इंडिया जैसे हैं. अरे सर, इंडिया का एक महीने का जो खर्चा होता है ना, वो आपके 10 साल का होता है. इसलिए प्लीज वेक अप एंड स्मेल द कॉफी, नहीं तो चार हिस्से होने जा रहे हैं आपके.
Okay. Kamar Chima, would you want to respond before I take in the last word from General G.D. Bakshi? Because, you know, with regards to what is being said, I want to quickly also shift your focus on what happened in Peshawar. Now, 100 lives lost, sir, for what? You know, according to reports, the attackers were from Pakistan's Islamic political party, the Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan, which is said to be an extra. That's the question. The situation has not been good since the longest time. There are people who are crying out loud and speaking to the Indian authorities and asking them to help them leave the country. What are you doing about it?
The situation in Pakistan is not exemplary, but India blocked the BBC documentary. That is the level of the
now we're going to jump the gun and we're going to land in the BBC documentary, and we're going to raise that as a concern that Pakistan has. General G.D. Bakshi, quick comment, last comment from sir, and then I have to quickly wrap up. General Bakshi.
Look, Pakistan is on the brink of economic meltdown. It is going the Sri Lanka way. Its problems are worse compounded by the political instability. The real problem there, the elephant in the room, is that Pakistan is an over-militarized state. The Pakistani army has milked that state dry. You know, the budgets of the army, the ISI, have brought about this disaster. There is no visionary leadership in Pakistan that can address this conglomerate of problems, this triple whammy that they have been hit with. Borrowing from Peter to pay Pan is no solution. 6 months down the line, they are having a tough time getting the IMF bailout. 6 months down the line, they'll have to go back. They have $3 billion left in their forex kitty.
Well, General G.D. Bakshi, it's better late than never. First admission coming in from a Pakistan minister who's saying that the state of affairs in Lahore are worse than anywhere else, even India for that matter, and that's a great start for Pakistan to at least come to acknowledging the fact that all is not well and all has not been well, and it's going to deteriorate.